Wow, I have to start this by saying thank you. I'm a little bit flustered. The channel just hit 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so very much. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. Just thank you, and I hope you enjoy the video. Back at Stanford, my friend Morten has come to visit me this time. He's doing a school project about AI, so now I'm taking him to the final class in AI at Stanford.
Yep.
You should be way more excited than this. Maybe it's just me. When I was going here the first time, like I was almost shaking.
I think it's the jet lag.
Oh yeah, he landed like 3 or 4 hours ago. What do I even say when I then get here? Mom, I made it! So apart from going to Tesla and driving around California with 2 of my best friends, I thought, what else can we really do? And I thought in this video, we should celebrate the genius that is Elon Musk in all of his glory. Enjoy.
Rock, verify range, go.
Range green.
First stage tank pressing up.
A well thought out critique of whatever you're doing is as valuable as gold.
That third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
8 weeks later, Musk bet the company on another flight.
We have liftoff.
Elon, what kind of crazy dream would persuade you to think of trying to take on the auto industry and build an all-electric car?
In university, I thought about what are the problems that are most likely to affect the future of the world, or future of humanity. I think it's extremely important that we have sustainable transport. We need to find some sustainable means of operating. So if you take, say, natural gas, which is the most prevalent hydrocarbon source fuel, if you burn that in a modern General Electric natural gas turbine, you'll get about 60% efficiency. If you put that same fuel in an internal combustion engine car, you get about 20% efficiency. And the reason is, in the stationary power plant, you can afford to have something that weighs a lot more, is voluminous, and you can take the waste heat and run a steam turbine and generate a secondary power source. Even using the same source fuel, you're at least twice as better off charging an electric car than burning it at the power plant.
That scale delivers efficiency.
Yes, it does. And then the other point is, we have to have sustainable means of power generation anyway, electricity generation. So given that we have to solve sustainable electricity generation, then it makes sense for us to have electric cars as the mode of transport.
Hoping that you could give us a little bit of an update on the news with the idea of putting satellites to provide internet to developing countries and unconnected people. Thanks.
Sure. So we're still at the early stages of sort of a big LEO constellation communication idea, and we're hopefully going to launch a test satellite next year. The long-term goal is to create a comprehensive global communication system that provides high bandwidth, low latency connectivity anywhere in the world, and provides cross-links through the satellites so that you can have improved long-distance internet. It's one of the things that you can actually have a more direct path through space, and photons move faster. I mean, depending upon what fiber optic material they're running through, photons actually move about 40 to 50% faster in vacuum than they do in fiber optic cables.
3, 2, 1. Ignition. Falcon Heavy. Pico is shut down.
The upper stage things have worked perfectly so far. The 2 burns were executed correctly, and then we'll see if the upper stage avionics survive quite an arduous trip through the Van Allen belts. Normally, the stage will pass very quickly through the Van Allen belts. Here, it's essentially dwelling there for several hours. Seeing the 2 boosters land synchronized, really just like the simulation, I mean, it makes me think like there really could be quite a scalable approach. You know, you could imagine large numbers of those just coming in, landing, taking off, landing, doing many flights per day, and it's still tripping me out. I mean, I'm tripping balls here.
Yeah, congratulations, Elon. Great launch today. Where do you see the Falcon Heavy fitting into this launch industry? Is this something that is going to be for more national security? Do you see this for interplanetary missions? What's the future of Falcon Heavy?
Yeah, the great thing is, like, so Falcon Heavy opens up a new class of payload. So it can launch more than twice as much payload as any other rocket in the world. So it's kind of up to customers what they might want to launch. But it can launch things direct to Pluto and beyond. You know, no stop needed. You don't even need like a gravity assist or anything. And you can launch giant satellites. You can do anything you want.
I don't have a good answer for you. I work a lot. I mean, and a lot.
Well, I have a theory. A theory.
All right.
My theory is that you have an ability to think at a system level of design that pull together design, technology, and business. So TED was TBD, design, technology, business, into one package, synthesize it in a way that very few people can, and this is the critical thing, feel so damn confident in that click-together package that you take crazy risks. You bet your fortune on it, and you seem to have done that multiple times. I mean, almost no one can do that. Can we have some of that secret sauce? Can we put it into our education system? Can someone learn from you? It is truly amazing what you've done.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Well, I do think there's a good framework for thinking is physics. You know, the sort of first principles reasoning. I mean, generally, I think there are. What I mean by that is boil things down to their fundamental truths and reason up from there, as opposed to reasoning by analogy. Through most of our life, we get through life by reasoning by analogy, which essentially means kind of copying what other people do with slight variations. And you have to do that, otherwise it's mentally you wouldn't be able to get through the day. But when you want to do something new, you have to apply the physics approach. Physics is really sort of figured out how to discover new things that are counterintuitive, like quantum mechanics. It's really counterintuitive. So I think that's an important thing to do. And then also to really pay attention to negative feedback and solicit it, particularly from friends. This may sound like sort of simple advice, but it's hardly anyone does that, and it's incredibly helpful.
Boys and girls watching, study physics. Learn from this man. Elon Musk, I wish we had all day, but thank you so much for coming today. Thank you. That was awesome. It was really, really cool. Look at that.